Welcome to our video on naming conventions in Go. In this tutorial, we'll explore how the way you name your variables, functions, and types affects their accessibility within your program and across different packages. Understanding these conventions is essential for writing clear, maintainable Go code that aligns with community standards. Let's begin by looking at how capitalization affects the accessibility of functions in Go. In our program, we use fmt println hello world. Notice that println starts with a capital P. In Go, if the name of a variable, function, or type begins with a capital letter, it is considered exported. This means it can be accessed from packages outside the current one. That's why this P in println is capitalized, so it can be used from the main package or any other. Similarly, when we define our own function sum, starting with a capital S, it is exported and can be accessed by other packages. This is important when you want your functions to be reusable across different parts of your program or by other programs. Now, let's consider a function that starts with a lowercase letter. We have a function named multiply that begins with a lowercase m. In Go, if a variable, function, or type name begins with a lowercase letter, it is considered unexported and can only be accessed within the current package. This means multiply is only available within its own package and cannot be used by other packages. Understanding the difference between exported and unexported names helps you control the visibility of your code. It allows you to encapsulate functionality and expose only what is necessary, promoting better software design. When naming variables that consist of multiple words, the Go community follows certain conventions to improve readability. For example, the variable top price combines two words, top and price. Each word after the first starts with a capital letter, and there are no spaces between them. This style is known as camel case because the capital letters in the middle of the word resemble the humps of a camel. In top price, the first letter is lowercase, so it is unexported and only accessible within its own package. Using camel case makes multi-word variable names easier to read and understand. If we want a variable to be accessible from other packages, we start its name with a capital letter. For instance, retry connection begins with a capital R. This means it is exported and can be accessed from outside its package. It also follows the camel case convention, combining retry and connection without spaces and capitalizing each word. Deciding whether to export a variable or function depends on whether you want it to be part of your package's public interface. Exported names are available to other packages that import your package, so use them thoughtfully. In Go, it's common to use abbreviations or single-letter names when the meaning is clear from the context. For example, J is often used as a loop counter or index variable. While abbreviations like J are convenient and widely accepted in the Go community, they can make code less readable for beginners or in complex code bases. Similarly, abbreviations like max are frequently used instead of longer words like maximum. In our example, max is an unexported variable due to starting with a lowercase letter. While using abbreviations is a common practice in Go when the meaning is obvious, it's important to ensure that your code remains clear. If you're unsure whether an abbreviation will be understood, opt for a more descriptive name. This is especially helpful when collaborating with others or when your code might be read by people new to the language or your project.